Morning everyone. So another day, and today I'm going to take my life in my hands. That's probably being a bit dramatic. I'm going to take my foot in my hands. That just sounds weird. I'm going to take a small risk. Foot is definitely better, not 100%, but I think at this point it's time to start walking again. So plan is to walk about 10 kilometers today. Should take about 2.5 hours, maybe 3 if I take it really easy. And we'll see how I feel at the end of that. So if in the next clip you see me crying and sitting on the side of the road, it didn't go well. But I don't think that's going to happen. So we'll walk slowly and see how it is. The idea is to not make it worse. And hopefully to, if it's short walks, then to at least let it recover as I go, which would be nice. Tomorrow I can do a 10k walk as well, and the day after that I can do a 10k walk too. There's places to stay with relatively short walks as we go. Weather today is supposed to be nice, weather tomorrow is supposed to be nice, weather the day after that is supposed to be a bit crappy, so we shall see what happens. So time to pack the bag and get the day started. Well, it's 9:45, I'm packed. I'm actually feeling kind of nervous. So like, what happens if my foot really is a problem? But I guess we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. It's just walking after all. So let's get the show on the road, and I still have this. Right, let's go. Well, I'm on the bridge. Nobody here. Have picked up my sandwich for the day. And foot isn't complaining too much. What I'm going to do, I'm going to walk for an hour and then rest for 10 or 15 minutes and then walk for another hour. I have decided, I think walking, I've been walking for, pretty much the whole day. Probably also reasonably stupid in hindsight. So we're just going to chill out and relax a wee bit. So it's all very nice though. Crossing over the bridge. Hopefully you are supposed to cross the bridge, otherwise this is a gigantic waste of time, but the view's nice. Right, well, Lascabanes is where we're going, 10.6 kilometres, and we have to go up there. Oh well, I guess this is as good a test as any. Let's go. Not making my morning easy, Camino, are you?
I don't need something from you. You know I never
Like we're going under the motorway. Well, if that's a motorway, I don't know. Walk into the light. Your foot will be better in the light. Well, it's 10:50 in the morning, so I'm going to take a 10-minute break. The foot is feeling tender. A few little niggles, but I'm hoping with a short walk and with rest it'll be alright. Yeah, it doesn't, I think the exercise may be actually helping, stretching it out a wee bit, but we'll see. So I'm going to take 10 minutes and then we'll continue.
the way you stare at me, girl, please don't leave what you're building, 'cause you're losing everything that I believe in. Isn't it hard? It's so hard to do.
12 o'clock, so at the bottom of this valley. That gîte up there looks really nice. There's a gîte in a little town called St Matthew. I'll show you in a second. If you can sort of see up there. No, you can't. But it's got a really good location and a pool, I think. Right, 1:15, so rest break over. No, 12:15. So rest break over. Next rest break, 1:15. That's the gîte, I think, up there. Or maybe it's the owner's house and they just have a really nice view and a pool. But that's the way we need to go, so that's the way we're going to go. Foot-wise, not fantastic. I just checked and it's swelling again, which isn't great. The pain is not like it was before, so it's better. But bearing in mind that I've walked about 5 kilometres so far this morning and taking it very easy. So not great, but we'll continue on to Lascabanes and we shall reevaluate there. Well, I was just about to break for lunch, and suddenly I found myself in the middle of the suburbs, so I think I might be getting into La Bastide. Well, it's 1:15. Found a picnic table, so we should be stopping here for lunch. Looks like that's La Bastide behind me, which is good. If I can find the gîte and if there's a bed for me tonight. Leg has deteriorated quite a bit just in the last 10 minutes or so. It's gotten quite painful, so not great. So again, once we get there, once we get to the gîte, have a shower, we'll see how we feel and go from there. Found the gîte. Great. Well, not great that there's no room in the gîte there, especially with my foot. But there's another town 3 kilometres away which has a gîte, so we will walk there slowly and see how we go. Go caterpillar, go. Through Gardena, 2.2 kilometres to go. We can do that. I think we can do that. We can probably do that. More good news. This gîte is also full, which means Lascabanes is the next stop, which is another 8 kilometres from here, which means a total walking day today of 21 kilometres, which is good for getting to Santiago, but not so good for my foot, though the rests do seem to be helping. I was off my feet for 15 minutes, and that's made things feel better. So we'll continue, we'll take it slowly. There's lots of gîtes in Lascabanes, so hopefully it won't be a problem. I'm not going to get there till about 5, I think, maybe even later, 6. But it is what it is, isn't it? So we shall keep going.
Just throw away your life and start for better, and you just know you won't do it. Oh, I see you got it all. You just have to rest your soul. Oh, you're on my radar. You made it too far. You're stuck in
4 o'clock. Well, at least the weather's nice. That's one thing. And actually, to be fair, I've walked, or I'm going to walk 20 kilometres today, 21. And on that day that I walked into Cahors, that was about 10 and it almost killed me. So the situation has definitely improved. It's whether or not today has screwed it back up again. I guess we'll have to wait and see. So I'm going to rest here for about 10 or 15 minutes and then continue on. I've got about 4.5 kilometres to go to get to Lascabanes, where hopefully there'll be a gîte with a room free. There's about 4 or 5 gîtes in Lascabanes though, so hopefully there should be something there. I guess we will see soon. Well, it is 5:30 or coming up on it, and we are arriving into Lascabanes, where hopefully, fingers crossed, there's somewhere to sleep. We'll find out. Well, good news is I've got somewhere to stay, which is great. Not so good news, don't know if you can see it, but the swelling is back, just there. So it's actually not as painful as I thought it would be. It's got a limited range of motion and it's painful a wee bit, but we'll see how it looks in the morning. But at the end of the day, I managed to walk 20 kilometres and I don't feel like death at the moment, so we'll see if it's supposed to be something, you know, that's caused by overwork. So if I do it again tomorrow, it could just make it worse and worse. So we'll take it easy, see how it works. I'll see if I can find some cold water to put on a compress or something to put on there and take it one day at a time. So almost time for dinner, so I've got to go and have a shower.
Nergens is levering.
Il faut rester ici.
That was a nice meal as usual. So, in one of those weird Camino coincidences you sometimes get, having settled into dinner and said hello to the person sitting next to me, it turned out that he was a doctor and his wife's a nurse. So, after dinner, he took a look at my leg and she took a look at my leg, and now I have a prescription for anti-inflammatory drugs and gels. Apparently, the only way to make it really better is to stop using it, but since that's not an option, drugs are the way to go, apparently. So I will be popping into a pharmacy tomorrow in Moncook, which is where we are theoretically going in our 10-kilometre walk, which may turn into 20 kilometres. Pick up that stuff up, and hopefully that will make things a bit better. So yeah, good news. Right, that's it for today. I will wish you good night, and I will see you guys tomorrow.